All right, how we doing, guys? All right, hi. The title of this one is a little bit misleading, but so be it. I don't know how long I talk on these things. I need a little counter because I tend to just talk and talk and talk, and I'm sorry about that. Um, all right, here we go. Last time I went over my favorite four bands with only two albums. Is this jerky? It looks jerky. Is it? That's gonna be annoying, right? Oh well, we're just gonna have to deal with it. Nothing else I can do. All right, last time I went over my favorite four bands and only had two records, and there was something that I wanted to do while I was doing that, and I forgot to do it. So I'm going to do it now. So very quickly, we're just going to backpedal very quick, because the whole point of this is to encourage people to listen to other music, and I get to geek out. But I just wanted to point out a few things real quick in terms of any of the things that I'm talking about. If you're like, oh, that sounds cool, here you go. Damn Yankees, their first album is on Amazon for $4.24. Amazon Prime. $4.24 shows up at your house. Stupid. Don't Tread. There's used copies out there for $1.24 plus shipping, so like $5.50. The Storm. You can get used copies of The Storm for $3.50 plus shipping, so it's like $7.50. Get it. This one's an import. This is hard to find. I found like copies like $25, $30, so yikes. Bad English. That's $5 brand new on Amazon Prime when it comes to your house. Just get it. $5. Come on. You like Journey? Get it. This one, there's used ones for like $5.50, so plus tipping like $9. So get that one also. This is sorry, I'm just trying to help everybody because I'm telling you these things are cheap now and they shouldn't be. $3 used on Amazon. This is the biggest crime of them all. This is one of my favorite albums of all time. It's on Amazon Prime for $5. $5 on Amazon Prime. Giant. Last of the Runaways, Bad English, self-titled, both $5 on Amazon Prime. Just get them. They're so good. All right, there. I wanted to say that last time. I wanted to include the prices of how cheap this music is now for everybody, in case anybody's like, I should listen to that. Moving on from that. Today, we're going to talk about, again, we're going with my favorite bands, some of my favorite bands of all time for whatever reason. Most of them is because they kind of got inside me when I was younger, and they just became like the soundtrack of my life, and I carried them with me. That's what most of these are. These are all very dated, I guess. Not dated, but they're all late 80s, early 90s bands, pretty much. The common thread in all of these, for me, is that they all kind of sound like Bon Jovi. These are Bon Jovi-type-esque bands that weren't quite as popular, but they feel like Bon Jovi to me in the keyboard aspect, the big vocals, just the way the records are produced and arranged. So, let's start with, I got a couple bands. I don't know how many I'm going to get through because I don't know how much I'm going to talk. So I might not get through them all. So let's start with this one. The female Bon Jovi. Anybody? Anybody? The female Bon Jovi? Someone's got to know, right? No? Yes? Probably? I don't know. All right. Vixen. The female Bon Jovi. This, yeah, pretty much if you love Bon Jovi, you should dig this. This is one of my favorite records, of course, ever. Like all the stuff I'm going to talk about from here on out is all my favorite records ever. That's pretty much what these are all going to be. I got this on the strength of Edge of a Broken Heart when it was on MTV. I'm living on the edge of a broken heart, which I absolutely loved. And then, no surprise, I find out later Richard Marx co-wrote that. So I had this on tape. I think I bought this in the mall when I was a kid, and I absolutely love this album. Everything about this. Janet Gardner is one of the greatest female singers. I think great. She had a great voice. I know she had a great voice, and I wish she'd recorded 50, 60 more songs. Why does she do any? Let me stop here and start pick up here. I love this record. Every song on here, I Want You to Rock Me is great. Crying is a great song. Every song on here I like. Hellraisers I didn't like too much. Everything else I loved. Charm Life, Cruising is so cool. One Night Alone. One Night Alone. Love Made Me is awesome. Desperate. It's a great song. I just love this record. So if you like the Bon Jovi stuff, I would get this. Here's what's significant about this record for me. I had this on tape, and I was listening to it in my room, and I was, I don't know, I guess how, 14? 13, 14? My parents loved this kind of stuff also, so I was lucky in that respect. I had good friends and family that were very supportive. And my mom came in the room and liked it. She picked up the J card from the tape. Anybody know what a J card is in a tape? And I'm like, what's up? And she's looking at it, and she's looking at the tape, and she goes, I'm just seeing who wrote the songs. because I guess she might have thought that this was like a fabricated thing, like they put together an all-girl group and somebody wrote the songs. But I'm too young, and I remember this vividly. I remember saying, I don't care who wrote the songs. You know, doesn't matter to me. And then she left the room, and I remember laying there, and I thought, who did write the songs? And so that led me to open this up, and this would be the first album. This is the first record where I ever went, who wrote this stuff? Huh. And started seeing names that weren't, I just never thought about it before this record. Before Mom came in and said, who wrote their songs? I never thought about who wrote the songs on records. So that is kind of significant in that way, where it started getting me to look at all my records and go, who wrote all these? Where I started noticing names in common. And so it got me to care about who wrote the songs, which probably pushed me in the direction to do what I want to do. Which was great, because Jeff Parris is on a few of these songs. Love this stuff. I came to realize after this that it was just because he did that record. I don't know what it is. One Night Alone? Is that what record of Jeff Parris's is it that some of these songs were on? I don't know. Some of you out there know. But anyway, that's why this is significant to me. So I love this record. Listen to it to death. So if you love Bon Jovi, check it out. This is on Amazon for $8. Amazon Prime, $8. It'll show up at your door. I'm going to sound like I'm like an infomercial, but I'm just trying to spread this great stuff. There you go, Vixen's self-titled record. And then they put out their second one, which is pretty much every bit as good. I love this one. I poured over it over and over and over this thing. Basically what I'm going to be saying for most of the rest of these is I love it. It's awesome. It's great because it's true. I love how much love is so great. Love is a killer, great. And they started doing more co-writing on this album. I remember noticing that their names were on here a little bit more often. A great radio song that was never on the radio, Only a Heartbeat Away. Only a heartbeat away. That's such a good song. I love that song so much. Only a Heartbeat Away is a great, great song. And they have Steve Plunkett from Autograph co-wrote, what was it, Streets in Paradise, I think. And then Diane Warren, It Wouldn't Be Love. Diane Warren wrote a song on here. And this is, again, when I started looking at all this. Here's what I remember about buying this record is that I'm kind of ashamed of this, is that my grandma, this came out, and I was very excited when it came out, but, you know, I was young, and I didn't have a lot of money. And my grandma would visit once a week or so, and she would always slip me like $5, $10. And I remember that when I bought this record, I was so excited to get it. I didn't have enough money. Grandma came over, we ate dinner, she gave me like $10. And I remember I had left, even before she left. I was so excited to go get this that I didn't even like wait around until she left to say bye. I was like, I'm leaving. Pretty ashamed of that now. I still remember that, so that must mean something. Anyway, that's just personal commentary. It matters nothing about this record. Yeah, again, here you go. The female Bon Jovi, all right? Great keyboard, great big harmony, vocals, great guitar player. The lead guitar player is now gone, which is sad. I saw them. I was very lucky enough to see them like a year or two ago in Largo, Florida. I was so excited to see Vixen live because I listened to stuff my whole life. Just beautiful stuff, man. Check that out. They put out their third record. I listened to this once, and I'll go back and listen to it again and give it another shot, but it's much, much different. It's just what year, 98, you know, it's just different people. The guitar player's not on board. It's only two of the original members, so we can kind of skip that. I almost included this in my favorite bands that only made 2 records, but I thought that would be not fair because this is a legitimate record. But there you go. Vixen, female-fronted hard rock. Great, great stuff. Now, moving on to another band that sounds very much like Bon Jovi. Danger, Danger. How many people know Danger, Danger? If you like Bon Jovi, you got to check out Danger, Danger. I came across this band because of the album cover. I knew nothing about this band. I was in Best Buy. I guess a lot of my stories are about being in Best Buy. I was in Best Buy because I would just go and try to find music. I'm a junkie. I would just go and go, what am I going to buy today? And I saw this album cover, and I went, that's pretty cool. Picked it up, turned it over. I went, oh, those look like guys that make the kind of music that I would like. And that's it. That's all. I bought it. I never heard a song. I bought it on the album cover and the image on the back, and I went, I might like that. And I took it home, and I was like, this is amazing. It's so good. This is like Bon Jovi and Night Ranger kind of melded together is how I always think about it. I guess the keyboard work helped, and the fact that they have songs called Rock America, like Night Ranger. But beautiful, beautiful stuff. I love this record. you know, if you've heard this before, you know, it's just Bon Jovi. The great songwriting. I thought it was great that all the songs on this band were written by the drummer and the bass player, which is really rare. The drummer and the bass player wrote all the songs, which I was like, that's really not typical at all. The guitar player and the singer didn't write any music. That's messed up, but very, very cool. And I just listened to this a zillion times, and I played bass to it in the basement and run around and try to sing like Ted Poley, who's a super cool dude. Great voice. Ted Poley's got an amazing voice. Love that guy. All this is great. This is so good. I bought the Rock Candy remaster, which was very interesting. I love this kind of stuff, the behind-the-scenes stuff. Love that. But Feels Like Love and One Step from Paradise, some of the best, just like radio, like almost Survivor. Like Feels Like Love is really like a Survivor song to me. It's just so fluffy and harmony-filled and melodic, and the guitar solos are really, really good. So very, very, very good debut. This is on Amazon Prime for $5. $5 to show up at your house. Freaking amazing. I paid $12-13 for it when I was 15, and I had no money. Ugh. So then they put out this, which apparently is a collector's thing. I don't know. I had 2 of them, but it's some live thing. So I'm just showing you what I have, because the whole point of this was to show you my CDs. And then their follow-up, Screw It, also pretty good. A little more spotty, but some great, great stuff on here also. Same vibe as the first one. Same production. I love Don't Blame It on Love, which was an old song that they had even before this one came out. But Don't Blame It on Love, again, almost like Survivor. Such great hooks and keyboards and harmonies. I love it. Everybody Wants Some is killer. Beat the Bullet. I Still Think About You is heartbreaking. I Still Think About You is one of the greatest, like, torch song ballads ever. And Ted Poley sings it like he means it. Really, really good. Crazy Nights is just great. I feel young. Crazy Nights just make me feel like I'm a kid. Love Crazy Nights. Find Your Way Back Home. And then it gets weird. Yeah, You Want It, and the end thing is a little weird. Get Your Shit Together. Didn't really care for that. But I mean, there's some really, really essential stuff on here. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, and again, the bass player and the drummer wrote all these songs. Freaking amazing. What else do I want to say about that, other than I listened to this? Also, my mother loved these albums. I made a tape of her Danger, Danger stuff. She listened to it over and over. To this day, one of her favorite songs is Don't Blame It on Love. She loves that song. Great stuff. And then we move on. This is like the two records for me. And then we move on, and I don't remember... Was Cockroach next? Some of you are going to get mad at me now because I'm not as versed. As much as I love the first Danger Danger records, I'm not as versed from that point on. I do not have Cockroach. I don't have it. And I don't know if that was next or not. I kind of get a little lost here. I got this one, For the Highway, with Paul Lane, which was good but different, but very, very good. I know everything's reversed. I can't help it. Sorry. I don't know. It's because I got the phone turned so I can see. To make sure that everything's okay. So I'm sorry about that. There's nothing I can do about it. I can get a mirror back here maybe. I don't know. Sorry. This was a little different than the first two, not as polished, but this was like the 90s, right? Still Kickin' is a killer song. Still Kickin' is really, really great. One of the best album openers ever. Still Kickin'. Great. I got a video on YouTube somewhere, me playing drums to that for no reason. But this was spotty for me. The songs I really liked, and the songs I didn't like as much, I just kind of glossed over. Maybe I should listen to this again, though, because it's been a long time. Still Kickin' is awesome. I love Going, Going, Gone. Afraid of Love. So good. But it's a little more rough, and Paul Lane's got a different kind of voice. Still a great voice, different kind of voice, but pretty cool. And then this, for whatever reason, and I'm sorry, I didn't get anything out of this. And I've listened to it... twice. I put this through the ringer when it first came out, and then like 2 years ago I did it again. I listened to it all, and I didn't really get much out of this. I like when she's good, and I don't have any clue why none of the rest is connected with me. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I can't help it. And then Revolve, which they put out a few years ago, which was the classic lineup, right? Or, I mean, at least had the singer back, right? Yeah. This was really good. Very, very good stuff on here. As good as you could want them to make after debut. So, Killin' Love. I loved Killing Love. Hearts on the Highway was great. Rocket to Your Heart, even though it had that damn Coldplay beat that I hate, that I even used in Tonight Is Everything, is awesome. F You Money is one of the coolest songs ever. Oh, I love that. But that's a good solid record. By the way, I should have said this earlier. Sorry, Screw It. Their second album is on Amazon Prime. $7. $7. And that's it. But there you go. If you're at all curious, just spend the $5. Get the debut. It's Bon Jovi music. That's what it is. It's good. Good stuff. It's all good stuff. It's just different layers of good stuff. How long has this video been now? Do I have time to keep going? All right, if we're talking about Jersey Rockers, we're going to talk about this band. These guys had 4 records. 2 of them are okay, and 2 of them are friggin' outstanding. That's funny, Alex. That's funny. That's really funny. Here we go. Trixter. I got into Trixter because of the song Surrender. Because when I was a kid, I was a softie. I'm still kind of a softie. And the song Surrender was just so... I mean, you know, I know all the rockers hate the ballads, but I loved the ballads. And something that raise our guns of pain. I'll be your defender. I just loved that song. So I went and bought this at a Kmart with my mother. You're sensing a theme here that my mom was really involved in a lot of my musical stuff when I was a kid. I didn't really realize it at the time. But I remember going to Kmart and getting this and being a little bit like, why is the cover a comic book? But whatever. I remember I went to the car. She was inside getting more stuff, and I just stared at this and read everything I could about it. And this record, although good, it's a first record, and it's kind of spotty. I love Heart of Steel. 1 in a Million's okay. I love Surrender. To this day, I still love Surrender. Give It To Me Good. It's a cool tune. On and On. I really love On and On. And the rest, you know, it's okay. It was not Only Young Once. Only Young Once I like very, very much. But it's a first album by a young band. And it's really, really great. So it was an okay record, which is on Amazon used for $2. But if you're going to spend money on Trixter, this one. This is one of my favorite albums ever. I mean, this floored me because I was not expecting. I bought this having not heard a song. Like, I just knew Trixter had a new record. I went to Street Side Records and I bought it. And oh my God, I can't say enough about this record. This is one of the greatest guitar, heavy, not heavy, but the guitars, it's a guitar album, but it's so good. How do you say his name? Pete Loren, I don't know. He is a great hard rock singer with a great tone, great range, great delivery, and nobody talks about him. He's incredibly underrated in the genre for his voice. He's got a great voice. And this album blew me away, floored me. And Steve Brown, the amazing Steve Brown, who I just want to shake his hand someday, wrote this whole thing almost entirely by himself. He co-wrote a few songs. This album, over and over again. I can't say enough about this record. The whole thing, Land of a Thousand Dreams, damn good. Rockin' Horse is so good. Rockin' Horse, The Power of Love. Listen to Pete's vocals on The Power of Love. Power of Love tastes so good. It's so amazing. Runaway Train, Blood Rock is killer. The only song I don't like, which everybody likes but me, Nobody's a Hero. I don't care for Nobody's a Hero. Wild as the Heart is cool. What It Takes just kills me. What It Takes to Be a Music Man. I love that song. I used to play the bass in my basement and just sing this record. As a Candle Burns is a great song. This is a great, solid, this is one of the best hard rock albums ever, I'm telling you. This is a great record. Unfortunately, it's not as cheap as the other ones. You can get a used copy for $10 plus shipping, or there's you can get the download for $9 on Amazon, but get the real thing. This is great. Just go online somewhere, go on YouTube, listen to a few songs. Power of Love, Rockin' Horse, What It Takes. Love this album. One of my favorites of all time. And then I was so excited when they were going to make a third one. I was like, oh my God, Trixter's making another record. I'm telling you. I was so excited. And I mean, no disrespect. I just got nothing out of this album. I listened to it over and over again, hoping, trying, like, come on, hook me, come on. And I just couldn't do it. I think The Coolest Thing is like the only song I liked. I just could not, it wouldn't get in me. So I'm sorry, didn't really like that one. But last year, Trixter made their 4th record, Human Era. Somewhere out there, there's my list of my favorite records from top to bottom in 2015, and this was #1. This is awesome. I couldn't believe how good this was. This exceeded every expectation I had. If you didn't get this and you're still a fan, if you were ever a fan of Trixter and you just let this one slip through the cracks, this is amazing. This is what Bon Jovi should be doing still. Every now and then, Pete Lorraine actually sounds like Bon Jovi a little bit on here. These are Jersey rockers, and this album is stellar. Stellar. By the way, the same guy that did the cover of this album did mine. This is, I didn't even look it up. Oh yeah, it's $10. This is $10 on Amazon Prime. If you ever like Trixter, get this. If you ever like Bon Jovi, look up the tunes. Crash That Party. For You was great. Every Second Counts. Beats Me Up is just a cool ballad. I love Beats Me Up. Good Times Now. Look how Good Times Now. What a killer song. I love this whole record. Midnight in Your Eyes. This is a great, great album. Love this. So, Trixter, great band. One of the only bands ever to have 4 records, and on all 4 records, it's the same guys. Same guys on all 4 records, and they're still doing it. Their entire career has been the same 4 guys. So, check it out. By the way, Steve Brown, who wrote all this stuff, who I respect immensely and would love to meet someday, he fills in for the guitars on Def Leppard, fills in live on tour for Def Leppard. He's a killer stuff. Great stuff. So there you go. Do I have time for any more? Do I have time for one more? Are we bored yet? Let's do one more. All right. If we're talking about bands that sound like Bon Jovi, here's the Canadian Bon Jovi. Anybody know who the Canadian Bon Jovi is? I know it could be Loverboy, but it's not. Canadian Bon Jovi. This is one of the greatest bands of the genre ever that many people are not aware of. Honeymoon Suite. Honeymoon Suite is one of my favorite bands ever. I might run out of time here, seriously, because I could talk about Honeymoon Suite forever. So here's my Honeymoon Suite story. I got into them because, again, my dad was in a band with a guy who had this on tape and let me borrow it on tape, The Big Prize. And I listened to his tape and I wore it out. I literally wore it out to where I couldn't hear it anymore. Honeymoon Suite's one of my favorite bands ever. Again, I know I keep saying this, but that's the theme of this video. If you like Bon Jovi, this album is a Bon Jovi record. It was produced and mixed by the same people that did Slippery When Wet by Bon Jovi a year before Slippery When Wet came out. So it sounds just like Bon Jovi. Heavy keyboards, great emphasis on vocals and harmonies, killer guitar work. This is a killer record. I love every song. This is a classic, stellar album. I love everything about it. You gotta look up Bad Attitude. Bad Attitude is one of my dad's favorite songs of all time. Bad Attitude. Every song on here is good. Bad Attitude, Wounded, One by One. You might know What Does It Take, which I've heard a zillion times. The piano ballad, What Does It Take, which was in the John Cusack movie One Crazy Summer at the end. This is one of the best records ever. Johnny D has one of the greatest voices for this kind of music of all time. Love his voice. He could do absolutely anything, and I would adore it. Produced by Bruce Fairbairn. I never know how to say his name. Great stuff. So I got this, and then this one was on tape also. This also great. I'm telling you, I'm just going to gush. That's all I can do is say every song on both these records is incredible. Love these albums. Love Changes Everything, one of the best songs ever. The Other Side of Midnight, I used to listen to when I was a kid and driving around, thinking me and my friends were like, we gotta run, we gotta burn, the other side of midnight. Just love it. Love Fever's killer. It's Over Now. Fast Company. Tears on the Page. Oh, these are really, 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 really good. I love these. So again, this is on Amazon Prime for $10. Totally friggin' worth it. You can use one for $2. This is up there for $15. These are a little more expensive, but just so good. I can't tell you how many times I've listened to these records. I don't know what to tell you. Honeymoon Suite is is so good. Everyone in there is great. Derry Grand writes all the music, just about. Then I went back and got their first record, which I listened to many, many times. New Girl Now. You might know New Girl Now. That was like one of their biggest hits. I got a new girl now, and she's a lot like you. Might know that. But this was going to Stay in the Light. I listened to so many times. Burning for Love is cool. My brother learned to play guitar on Burning in Love, one of the first songs he learned to play guitar on. I love Hearts on Fire. Face to Face it used to kill me when I was a kid. I just can't see it now face to face. And I was a kid, and I thought that was really heavy. like I said, I was a softie. The song "What Does It Take" a long, long, long time ago when I was a kid, I actually put on a tape, you know, and gave to a girl, and so stupid. But this stuff really spoke to me. I love these 3 albums, so good, and so much so I got the Rock Candy reissues of all 3 of them. Just stellar, stellar stuff. I don't even know how to suggest any of these. They're so good. Just get this if you love Slippery and Wet. This is Canada's Slippery and Wet. That's what it is. And then I got everything they've ever done. I got Johnny D's solo record, which is around here somewhere. And you'll notice, these are all autographed, by the way, because I met them. I couldn't believe it. They were touring. I never thought I'd see them live ever, and I've adored this band for 25 years. And they went to Largo, Florida last year. I could not believe it. My brother flew here from Missouri so we could drive 2 hours to Largo to see Honeymoon Suite in a room of like 150 people. I was floored on this little stage. They started playing. I'm like, that's Honeymoon Suite. Ran up there. I'm like taking pictures. I was one of those douchebags taking pictures with I'm like, Derry Grant is right. I mean, flipped out. I saw Honeymoon Suite live. And they couldn't even have played enough songs. I never would have been happy. I want to play every song they got. Afterward, there was a meet and greet, and it meant the friggin' world to me. I can't explain it, how much I love that band. So then I got their singles record because it had 2 bonus tracks on it, so I got this as an import. And then they made Monsters Under the Bed in '91. This is very, very, it's not as good, but nothing's going to be as good. But there's still some good stuff on here. Say You Don't Know Me, If You Love Me, The Road, Little Sister, killer song. It's Only Love is great. Next to You is cool. But it was just so good to hear anything. Just Johnny D can sing anything. And I'm happy. So they stayed active. They made this album in '91, I think. And again, it was an import. I paid a bundle for it, but I wanted it. And it's good. I got that. Apparently, this is somewhat rare. I looked on Amazon, and there was only 1 copy, and it was new, and it was $75. So I don't know how rare it is. But there's some good stuff on here. This is a little harder edge stuff. But there's some good stuff on here. I don't know how to say it. Lagavulin. The Way I Do. Into Me, Into You is so beautiful. When I met him, I told Derry Grant, Into Me, Into You is such a beautiful song. It really is. It's just really intimate and beautiful. What I Know Is Cool, So Hard. It's a more kind of raw production, but I don't know if you're going to get this. I don't even know if you can get this. And then Dreamland, they put out Dreamland. Great stuff on here. There's some songs from this that are on this. Like half of these songs are on this one, so it's kind of weird. Great song called Even Now. Too Little Too Late. Out Here in Dreamland. Love it so much. And then I got the anthology, because the anthology had a couple of extra songs on it. I'm So Boring, My Right Hand. And they had 1 download song, or 2 download songs on Amazon a couple years ago. The only download I've ever bought was Honeymoon Suite, because it was only available for download. And I can't remember the name of the song was now, because it wasn't very good. Was it Those Were the Days? Was it Those Were the Days? That's pretty cool. And then they made Clifton Hill a few years ago, which, again, I'm glad they're staying active. I'm glad they're still making stuff. But it was kind of spotty for me. She Ain't Alright was good. Riffola, I don't know how you say that. Pretty cool. The last song, Separate Lives, though, that's pretty killer. I like that. But I'll buy anything that they do. Anything this band does, I will buy it. Anything they're involved in, I am friggin' there. They have a no, it's over now, but they had a Pledge Music campaign for their new EP that's coming out soon. So I'm excited about that. I was part of that. I threw, $50 that way, because I want to be a part of it. Anything that keeps them active. I was so happy to see they're still touring, because when I fell in love with them, the first few records, they were broken up, or at least they weren't active. And even when they did tour, it was all Canada. Me and my brother actually considered going to Canada. We thought, let's go to Canada and see Honeymoon Suite. Let's just do it. We got to go see them. Let's just do it. We got to see them. So they're never going to see this, and I understand they're never going to see this. But if they happen to watch this, thank you for coming to Florida. It made a little 16-year-old boy's dreams come true. I know it sounds really cheesy, but music means everything to me, and that band, killer. Johnny D's solo record. Let me find it real quick. I got it here somewhere. Somebody was asking. Sorry, this isn't entertaining. Come on, we can do it. We can do it together. You guys are bored. Where is it? All right, well, apparently I can't. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Johnny D's solo record called Songs in D. It's actually not. It's called. He does by his first. He does it by his full legal name, which is Johnny. I can't pronounce it. Johnny DeGuilla. So it's the name to look for. Johnnnie. The last name is Degiuli. Called Songs in D. One of my favorite songs of all time, Buck 15, is on this record. I actually have a license plate that says Buck 15 because of this song, and I got a picture of Johnny D holding that license plate with me with Buck 15. We were in Largo, so awesome. Yeah, that's right, Paul Funny. Johnny D solo record. Good stuff on here. Whatever. Anyway, I've talked a lot. I'm sorry. I knew I would, but these records are the ones that are very, very important to me. So there you go. Of all of these, I would say get Vixen's first record. Again, $8 on Prime. Definitely Danger Danger's debut, $5 on Amazon Prime. Just get it. And then Trixter's Here record, and these are wonderful. Trixter's Here and Trixter's Human Era. Get them. So good. And I mean, I would say get everything on Honeymoon Suite, but if you're only going to get one, get the big prize. The big prize and Racing After Midnight. But the big prize, it's just Bon Jovi with a different singer. It's wonderful stuff. All right, that's it. I've talked a lot. I hope I was somewhat entertaining. This is just what I do. And I'm almost done. I mean, there's a handful more bands, but... and I thank you for indulging me by basically just saying nothing more than, oh, I love this. Oh, I love this. Yeah, Bad Attitude by Honeymoon Suite. Oh, gosh. I gave you my suggestions. So, yeah, any Richard Marx fans, look up Edge of a Broken Heart by Vixen. Love it. All right, I'm repeating myself, so I'm going to stop now. Thank you so very much for listening and paying attention. I'll do some more of these till I run out. I have a good bit more, actually. This is where I get really excited and just start talking too much. So there you go. One more time, I'm gonna pitch my record. Why not? Because it was compared a little bit. A few people did compare it to Danger Danger. I did get a little bit of Danger Danger comparison, which is what we were actually trying to do with some of the guitar parts on my record. There's a song, Tonight Is Everything, and the guitar was doing this thing that I was like, let's make a Danger Danger thing here. My brother came up with it. He came up with it. It was great. Fit perfectly. I was very happy. And then Can't Find Your Heart. There's also like a guitar part in The Climb where we were trying to emulate Danger Danger's Andy Timmons guitar playing, which I came to find out wasn't Andy Timmons. But my brother loves Danger Danger also and Andy Timmons. So there's my record. Promise. Actually just got the review published yesterday from melodicrock.com. 90%. 90%, y'all. 90%. Which means must buy. Thank you, Andrew, for that. All right, that's all. Thanks, guys, for listening. I appreciate it. I'll see you again soon. Anyone got any questions? Write to me, comment on here. Whatever you want. Thanks, guys. Take care.